Welcome everyone to CDO's magazine series of one-on-one interviews with CDOs, data leaders, and key influencers. I'm your host, Robert Lutton, Vice President, Sandhill Consultants, and I'm coming to you today from Toronto, Canada, working with the CDO magazine and the EDM Council. And today I have the pleasure of introducing Mario Cantin, who is the founder and chief data strategist of Prodago. Welcome, Mario.
Hi, Robert. Pleased to be here with you today.
As organizations are looking to enhance not only their data governance programs, but their data management programs, from your point of view, where would you point an organization to start?
Many organizations being stuck in either defining set of policies, which is something you need to do. Okay, and the organization has created a structures to which organization, they bought some tools and they're trying to operationalize the tool. So all of this needs to be done. What's not being done is at the same time as you're building this, start now in project. Okay, so starting point we recommend is, you're building your governance organization. Okay, focus on your most critical project, data related project in your organization that's most critical. Focus on the key objective, inject governance, even if they are preliminary governance capability, but the capability that you have, make sure that they are structured in how the project uses them. Demonstrate and build transparency on this. Okay, demonstrate how what's being done in project is actually aligned with the capability that you have, and then build on this and be iterative and be incremental. So the key aspect here is start now. Start now in project. Start lean. Start with, if you have some metadata management capability, you have element of glossary, make sure the project have in their plan specific activities where they're going to ensure the new business term they create are defined in the glossary. The usage of specific purview capability or Colibra is actually embedded in the project plan. So where do you start? Start in project. Okay, organization know policies and structure. Start in project. Prescribe to the project what needs to be done, build transparency, gain trust, and be incremental. We know this approach when it's about creating a data warehouse. We've known this for 30 years, okay? You cannot try to put in place a data warehouse structure and component and content and say it's gonna work. No, you start from the business objective. You implement the key pieces that works, that brings and demonstrate value, and then you build on it. We know that if we don't do this, we'll fail. Well, we need to do the same thing with governance. And the project provide the context where specific and real and critical business objectives are being addressed. Make sure governance support these business objectives, demonstrate value, bring stakeholder in understanding and seeing what's being done, and then be incremental in addressing these priorities and move to the next project.
Mario, just in our last couple of minutes here, I wanted to move on to a topic that I think is crucial, which is data strategy. We know it's critical from the get-go, especially when it comes to supporting data management, data governance. From your point of view, what are the key items that a CDO should focus on when creating or updating their data strategy?
Many data strategy I see focused on the target. So you define, you understand where you are, you define the target, and then you use the data strategy to get the buy-in of different stakeholders to the target. I think that's insufficient. So I think CDO needs to focus, needs to understand that this is a transformation challenge. So it's more about how do you go there? Okay, so the real sell is not about the target. The real sell is about the path. So the accountability and the responsibility and the buy-in you want is not about the target. The buy-in you want is about the responsibilities and the roles required to move forward in the path. So data strategy must put more emphasis in role and responsibility in order to reach the target. And the focus should be on that perspective. So how do you go from current state to the target state? The answer is not by putting in place a structure and implementing tools, okay? It's about defining processes and responsibility, making sure they are executed. So you know, how do you bring a shift of paradigm toward data quality and toward data? You do this one process at a time. So define the new processes that needs to be put in place to reach the target, define the different role and the responsibilities on these processes, and define a path to create them. So at Prodago, we think the project provide a context to support this type of transformation. But the key point here is data strategy must be considered not as selling a technology target or a structured target, but about selling a path to transformation.
And actually, you used a term that I hadn't heard in almost a decade: a paradigm shift. So it used to be the word du jour of the day. But listen, Mario, just on a last question here, which is an interesting one, because I want to know how Prodago looks at this. You know, you mentioned at the beginning of the call that you were an entrepreneur, but also a strategist. And we'd be interested in your view, especially as you're up on the C27 and the AI acts and things like that, where you see AI, machine learning or deep learning, and how they are helping organizations today and in the future with data and data governance.
Oh, we see all organizations, you know, diving into AI, advanced analytic, moving toward this type of capability. I think it's critical for them to address this challenge. So in Canada, we're sometime in a catch-up mode regarding, you know, against other countries in the world, but we're catching up quickly. One of the additional challenges, not only organization needs to build internally the capability to design or to integrate AI technology, but they need to do this, you know, align with new laws and regulation that's coming. So this is added challenge to transform. So organization must go toward that target of integrating analytic capabilities. They must understand it's a transformation challenge. They must understand that this transformation challenge is being more challenged by these new laws and regulation, including C27, which will basically put more controls and the accountability of organization to demonstrate that they manage risk, that the accountabilities are clarified, that the artifacts are collected, is going to be mandatory for organization. So they need to start to address this quickly. If not, the capability and to use AI will be severely challenged if organizations do not embark right now in the transformation required to do this.
Yeah, a lot of transformation
Yes.
needs going on in the marketplace. Mario, I'd like to thank you for your time today. We really appreciate it, and we hope that we'll get the chance to have you come back and share your knowledge and experience on what's going on with Prodago in the space of data and analytics governance.
Thank you very much, Robert, for inviting me to this discussion.
Oh, it's a pleasure. And for our listeners, please visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews. Thank you.